$10 million. Cash, tax-free, plus a new identity, a new country, a new life. That is what the United States government is offering right now, today, to anyone on Earth who provides information leading to the capture, location, or elimination of Mojtaba Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, the man who inherited command of 88 million people and a 600,000-strong military 15 days ago when his father was assassinated by the same country now posting his bounty. The State Department's Rewards for Justice program published the notice on Saturday, March 14th, day 15 of Operation Epic Fury. It didn't appear quietly on some buried government website. It was broadcast across every channel the U.S. government operates: social media, diplomatic cables, shortwave radio broadcasts into Iran in Farsi. The message is written in language designed to reach one specific audience: people inside Iran's power structure who are close enough to Khamenei to know where he sleeps, where he hides, and where he moves. Quote, "Got information on these Iranian terrorist leaders? Send us a tip. It could make you eligible for a reward and relocation. Reward up to $10 million for information on IRGC key leaders. These individuals command and direct various elements of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which plans, organizes, and executes terrorism around the world." End quote. The word that matters most in that message is not the $10 million. It's the word relocation. Relocation means the United States government will physically extract you from Iran, transport you to a safe country, give you a new identity, and set you up with a new life where Iranian intelligence cannot find you. That is not a financial reward. That is a full defection package, the kind of offer intelligence agencies make to assets they've been cultivating for years, except this one is being broadcast publicly to anyone willing to listen. The U.S. government is openly soliciting treason from inside Iran's innermost circle, during an active war, while bombs are still falling on Tehran, while 15,000 targets have been struck across Iranian territory, while the man whose location they're seeking has already seen what happened to his father when America decided he needed to die. Now let's talk about who specifically is on this list, because it's not just Khamenei. The bounty covers 10 senior IRGC leaders whose identities reveal exactly which parts of Iran's military structure the United States is trying to decapitate. First on the list, after Khamenei himself, is Ali Asghar Hijazi, Deputy Chief of Staff to the Supreme Leader. Hijazi is not a military commander in the traditional sense. He is the Supreme Leader's operational gatekeeper. Every order that flows from Khamenei to the IRGC passes through Hijazi. Every intelligence briefing that reaches Khamenei is filtered through Hijazi. Every military decision Khamenei makes is informed by Hijazi's recommendations. He is the single human being with the most consistent, closest physical proximity to the Supreme Leader on a daily basis. Putting a bounty on Hijazi is not about capturing Hijazi. It's about turning Hijazi. If the man standing next to the Supreme Leader every day starts feeding information to Washington, Khamenei is dead, not eventually, immediately. Major General Yahya Rahim Safavi, former IRGC Commander-in-Chief, now serving as Senior Military Advisor to the Supreme Leader. Safavi commanded the entire Revolutionary Guard from 1997 to 2007, a decade during which the IRGC transformed from a domestic security force into a regional military power capable of projecting force across the Middle East. He designed the proxy strategy that built Hezbollah into a 150,000 rocket arsenal. He architected the militia network that now operates across Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and beyond. Safavi knows where every weapons cache is hidden, where every tunnel network leads, where every secret facility is located. His knowledge base represents 30 years of Iran's most classified military architecture. $10 million for Safavi's information is the bargain of the century. Esmail Khatib, Minister of Intelligence, the man who runs Iran's equivalent of the CIA. Khatib controls Iran's foreign espionage operations, domestic surveillance network, counterintelligence apparatus, and the security protocols that protect every senior official in the Iranian government, including Khamenei himself. Offering a bounty on the head of intelligence means one of two things. Either the U.S. believes Khatib's security protocols can be breached from within, meaning someone inside his own ministry might sell him out, Or the US is sending a message that nobody in Iran's security establishment is safe, that the very people tasked with protecting Khamenei might be the ones who deliver him. The remaining names on the list have not been fully published, but intelligence analysts note that the selection pattern targets what's known as the Supreme Leader's inner security ring. Not field commanders fighting in Lebanon or Iraq, not missile battery operators or drone pilots, the people who physically surround Khamenei, the people who know his daily schedule, his movement patterns, his communication methods, his safe house locations, and his contingency plans for exactly this scenario. The United States is not hunting Iran's military. It has 15,000 strikes for that. The United States is hunting one specific person by offering his own bodyguards, advisors, and intelligence officers a fortune and a new life to betray him. The Rewards for Justice program has a track record. It was established in 1984 and has paid over $250 million in rewards to more than 125 people who provided actionable intelligence leading to the capture or killing of designated targets. The program's highest-profile success was the $25 million reward that contributed to intelligence leading to the killing of Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, leader of al-Qaeda in Iraq, in 2006. Tips submitted through the program led directly to the disruption of multiple terrorist plots and the identification of operatives across dozens of countries. The program operates through encrypted channels, Tor-based tip lines that route internet traffic through multiple servers to prevent identification of the tipster. Signal encrypted messaging for direct communication with handlers, physical dead-drop protocols for informants in countries with heavy internet surveillance, which describes Iran precisely. The tip line infrastructure is specifically designed to allow someone inside Iran's security apparatus to communicate with American intelligence without Iranian counterintelligence detecting the transmission. Now here's the context that makes this bounty extraordinarily dangerous. Mojtaba Khamenei is not just hiding. He is wounded. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stated publicly that Khamenei is, quote, likely disfigured and hiding underground. That statement was not made casually. It was made based on intelligence assessments about the February 28th assassination strike that killed his father, Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Mojtaba was reportedly in proximity to the strike zone. He survived. His father did not. But he did not survive uninjured. A wounded supreme leader hiding underground with limited communication capability is a supreme leader who depends entirely on a small circle of trusted individuals for survival. Those individuals bring him food. They manage his medical care. They carry his orders to military commanders. They maintain his connection to the outside world. Every single one of those individuals is now looking at a $10 million reward and a ticket out of a country that has been bombed 15,000 times in 2 weeks. The psychology of this is devastatingly calculated. Khamenei cannot trust anyone. The moment the bounty was published, every person in his inner circle became a potential informant. Every advisor who walks into his safe room could be the one who already sent coordinates to a Tor tip line. Every security guard who stands outside his door could be the one who accepted a signal message from a CIA handler. The paranoia this creates is itself a weapon. Even if nobody actually betrays Khamenei, the suspicion that someone might betrays the entire command structure. Khamenei starts limiting who can access him. Information flow narrows. Military orders get delayed because fewer people are trusted to carry them. Decision-making slows at exactly the moment when Iran needs rapid responses to a multi-front war. This is what intelligence agencies call a poisoning operation. You don't need to actually recruit a mole inside the target's circle. You just need the target to believe a mole might exist. The belief itself degrades the target's operational effectiveness. The $10 million bounty is a public poisoning operation conducted in broad daylight against the supreme commander of a nation at war. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz disclosed this week that Netanyahu set the aim of assassinating Khamenei's father as far back as November 2025. That disclosure was not accidental. It was released deliberately to tell Mojtaba Khamenei that his father was hunted for months before the kill succeeded. Months of intelligence gathering, months of tracking, months of waiting for the right moment. And the right moment came on February 28th. The message to Mojtaba is unmistakable. We hunted your father for months and killed him. We are hunting you now, and we are offering $10 million to anyone who helps us find you faster. Khamenei's first public statement as supreme leader was not delivered by him personally. It was read by a newsreader on Iranian state television. He did not appear on camera. He did not appear in public. He vowed to avenge the blood of Iranians killed and warned neighboring countries to stop hosting U.S. bases. But he said it through someone else's mouth because he cannot show his face, either because of his injuries or because showing his location would make that location the next target. The bounty transforms the nature of this war in ways that go beyond military operations. Previous American conflicts involved bounties on non-state actors, terrorist leaders, militia commanders, drug cartel bosses. This is a $10 million bounty on the sitting head of state of a sovereign nation, a country with 88 million people, a seat at the United Nations, embassies in capitals worldwide, and a military currently fighting a war against the country that posted the bounty. There is no modern precedent for this. The United States did not post bounties on Saddam Hussein before the Iraq invasion. It offered rewards after he was deposed and in hiding. It did not post bounties on Taliban leaders before the Afghanistan invasion. It offered rewards after the government fell. Posting a $10 million bounty on a sitting supreme leader while simultaneously bombing his country, threatening his oil infrastructure, and sending 2,500 Marines toward his coastline is a level of declared hostility that goes beyond war. It is a public announcement that the United States considers Iran's current government illegitimate and its leader a fugitive criminal whose own people should hand him over for cash. This bounty was posted on the same day the U.S. obliterated every military installation on Karg Island, Iran's oil export lifeline. Same day Iran threatened to reduce U.S.-linked oil infrastructure across the Gulf to a pile of ashes. Same day, 2,500 Marines aboard the USS Tripoli continued sailing toward the Gulf. Same day, THAAD missile defense batteries were pulled from South Korea and shipped to the Middle East. Same day, Israel announced preparations for its largest ground invasion of Lebanon since 2006. Same day, Bahrain reported cumulative interceptions of 114 missiles and 190 drones. Same day, 2 Iranian ballistic missiles were intercepted over downtown Doha, Qatar. Same day, parts of Doha were evacuated. Same day, an Israeli strike killed 12 medical staff at a healthcare center in southern Lebanon. Same day, 9 family members, including 5 children, were killed in a separate Israeli strike in Lebanon. 1,444 dead in Iran, 773 dead in Lebanon, 13 American soldiers dead, oil up 40%, the Strait of Hormuz closed, 3.2 million Iranians displaced, 15,000 targets struck, 10 countries attacked, nuclear gravity bombs stored at a NATO base where Iranian missiles have triggered alarms 3 times, and now a $10 million bounty on the leader of the country being bombed, with a promise to relocate anyone who helps find him. The practical implications of this bounty extend beyond Khamenei personally. The 10 senior IRGC officials listed alongside him represent the command structure that controls Iran's entire retaliatory capability: the missiles firing at Israel, the drones hitting Gulf states, the mines threatening the Strait of Hormuz, the proxies fighting in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. Every operational thread of Iran's war effort connects to individuals on this list. If any of them defect, if any of them provide genuine intelligence in exchange for money and extraction, the damage to Iran's military capability would be more devastating than another 15,000 airstrikes. One defector who knows the location of hidden missile batteries saves hundreds of bombs. One defector who knows the communication protocols between Tehran and Hezbollah compromises the entire proxy network. One defector who knows where Khamenei is hiding ends the war's leadership dynamic in a single intelligence operation. The $10 million is not the cost of information. It is the down payment on ending a war that is currently costing the United States $1.88 billion per day in military operations alone. $11.3 billion spent in the first 6 days, over $28 billion estimated through day 15th. 250 American organizations have signed a letter demanding Congress halt war funding, arguing that billions are being diverted from food benefits for 38 million Americans. The war costs $1.88 billion per day. The bounty costs $10 million. If the bounty works, it is the most cost-effective military expenditure in American history. If it doesn't work, it has already accomplished its secondary objective of poisoning Khamenei's trust in every person around him. The tip line is live. The Tor server is running. The signal channel is open. Somewhere in Iran right now, in a government office, in a military headquarters, in a safe house guarding a wounded supreme leader, someone is looking at their phone, reading the rewards for justice notice, reading the number, $10 million, reading the word, relocation, and doing the math. Is loyalty to a wounded leader hiding underground in a country being bombed 1,000 times a day worth more than $10 million, and a new life in a country where bombs don't fall? History says that question always finds an answer, and the answer usually arrives in a sealed envelope delivered to an intelligence officer who was waiting for it all along. Day 15. The bounty is live, the hunt is on, and the most dangerous person in this war is not the one firing missiles. It's the one standing next to Khamenei who just started thinking about $10 million. This is war clock. The target is marked. Stay informed.